Okay, my name is Alan Noble. Welcome to this Discover ASEA presentation. I've been associated with this great company now since May of 2009. There's a misprint there. It says May 2019, but May 2009. And it's been an absolutely incredible journey. And where my journey started was really looking for something that could help a family member. I had someone in the family that had a very serious health challenge. And I was looking for something that could really tap into and harness the incredible healing power that I believe lies inside each and every one of us. And that search led me to hear about redox signaling molecules and this incredible breakthrough that we call ASEA. And for the first part of this presentation, for about the first 20 minutes or so, we're really going to unwrap the incredible ASEA breakthrough. But, breakthroughs create opportunity. And I was also in a place where I was financially hungry. And when I saw this incredible breakthrough and realized that nobody else in the world has it, I thought, that is a tremendous opportunity that I need to explore. And thank goodness I did. It's been an amazing journey. And so for about the last 10 minutes, we're going to dig into the ASEA opportunity. And then right at about the bottom of the hour, my favorite part of this presentation is we are going to introduce one of our success stories. And tonight is going to be just an incredible experience as we get to listen to the #1 income earner in ASEA, Trish Schwenkler. So you definitely want to hang around to the bottom of the hour when I introduce Trish onto the call. So look, we've got a lot of information to get through, so let's get started. ASEA really is a technology that is 10 to 15 years ahead of its time. It is a cutting-edge technology. It's literally a new category of science. And it's a new category of science that they said was impossible, could not be done. I'm going to explain that in a little bit more detail. But today, there's no doubt about it, ASEA is the single greatest health science breakthrough of our lifetime. And I think it's important to get clear on what ASEA is not. It's not a vitamin or mineral supplement. It's not an antioxidant formula or exotic juice. In fact, we have a technology now that goes beyond nutrition, beyond ingredients, and can impact your health at a depth that no other supplement has ever come close to achieving. Now, to understand the redox breakthrough, there's a very simple concept, and that is we live and die at the cellular level. Everything happens at the cellular level. You are the sum total of your 75 trillion cells. And if we look inside our cells, these little bags of salt water, we find our cells are making a set of molecules called redox signaling molecules. Now, there's over 15,000 peer-reviewed articles on these molecules. There's 1,200 books published on these molecules. And here's basically what they say. These molecules, these redox signaling molecules, are involved in virtually every major body system and function. They are foundational to our cellular health and healing, the rejuvenation and renewal process at the cellular level. Now, the reason why we're talking about it on this webinar tonight is that with age, with stress, with environmental toxins, we begin to experience deficiencies and imbalances in these critical molecules. Our cells don't work as well as they used to. The whole cellular healing process becomes slow and sluggish, and you begin to see and feel the visible effects of aging. And so common sense would say, look, if we're short of something in the body, let's take a supplement. We've been doing that for years. Vitamin supplements, mineral supplements, antioxidant supplements, all sorts of supplements. Why not take a redox signaling supplement? Well, remember that word impossible. Science had said that kind of supplement was impossible because these molecules are highly reactive, they're very fleeting in nature, and basically if you make them outside the body, they're gone in seconds. It was impossible to stabilize them and create a supplement. Well, here is the ASEA redox breakthrough. 2 decades of research, millions of dollars put into this research, many, many patents behind this technology, and a team of scientists led by an atomic medical physicist achieved the impossible. They created and stabilized these redox signaling molecules outside of the body. Now, we have a special patented 3-step process to create these molecules. Now, I don't want to get lost on the science here, But this is important. This is a big aha moment in understanding this incredible technology. When you pick up a bottle of ASEA, you do what everybody does. They turn it around. They look at the label. That's what the nutrition industry has trained us to do. And here the ingredients are going to confuse you a little bit if we don't cover this slide. You see, the ingredients say sodium chloride and distilled water, salt water. Why do we make this product out of salt water? Well, remember, your cells are making these molecules out of the salt water in the cells. That's the natural ingredients your body's using. So we use exactly the same basic ingredients, but outside the body on a massive scale. We start with salt and water, we break them down into free-floating atoms, and then restructure those atoms into trillions and trillions of these powerful redox signaling molecules. And so ASEA is not a bottle of salt water, it's a bottle of trillions of redox signaling molecules that we made from salt and water. Now, we've got two delivery systems for this one technology, ASEA Cellular Health from the inside out, and then our incredible topical gel, Renew 28 Cellular Health for the outside in. Now, ASEA is the only company in the world where you can get this technology. And anytime you're coming to the marketplace with something that the world has never seen before, I think it's important to certify and to validate that you do indeed have this breakthrough, that you have achieved the impossible. So we went to one of the largest independent laboratories in the country, Biologilytics, and they certify every single batch of ASEA and Renew 28 to certify and validate that they do indeed contain these powerful signaling molecules. Products also 100% safe and totally non-toxic. Now, if you remember earlier, I said these molecules, there were 15,000 articles and 1,200 books written about these molecules. They said these molecules impact every major body system and function. Now, that's a pretty big claim, but what does that mean? Well, it means your nervous system, it means your immune system, it means your endocrine system, your heart and your cardiovascular system, your lungs and your respiratory system, your colon and your digestive system, your skeleton and muscles, your skin, every single part of your body is impacted with these molecules. And one of the first things that people notice when they start hanging around ASEA is the incredible variety of stories and testimonials that we get from people using this technology, literally from the top of your head to the tip of your toes and everything in between. And often those stories can be very, very profound, life-changing stories with this technology. Now, let's dig into something that I think we're all very familiar with, and that's the story of antioxidants. Antioxidants have been the buzzword in health because they are the key to fighting oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is the #1 health risk factor. Every medical and health professional agrees on that. But here's part of the story you've not heard. Without these redox signaling molecules, your antioxidants are useless. You see, it's like a light bulb without electricity. It's just a useless piece of glass. You need the electricity to fire it up, to light it up, to become one of the greatest inventions of all time. Same with your antioxidants. They have tremendous potential in fighting oxidative stress, but they need to be activated. They need to be lit up. And that's what these molecules do. And we've done double-blind independent studies on this to show that drinking ASEA has a significant impact in lowering oxidized LDL and lowering oxidized DNA. And so here's one of the strange things about ASEA. Although there are no antioxidants in ASEA, its impact on antioxidant health is absolutely staggering, absolutely staggering. And that's only one piece of the picture. Let's focus on this middle word, signaling, redox signaling molecules. You know, your body is one of the most complex communication networks on earth. Any breakdown in this communication, and you cannot achieve your full health and healing potential. A very simple analogy. Think of your homes on fire, okay? Every second of every day, your cells are fighting these cellular battles, little fires. Well, the cell phone, pun intended, you call the fire department. And the fire department's there. Perhaps they're the finest fire department in the county. Big red shiny truck, fire hose, fire ladder, plenty of skill and resources, But because of a breakdown in cell communication, your house goes up in flames. It goes up in smoke. If we can increase that cell signaling and cell communication in the body, we can literally enhance, we can activate the body's natural ability to heal. And so this is very, very significant. And again, one of the things you notice when you start being around ASEA and you start listening to the testimonials coming in is people that have used all sorts of other modalities and they do not get a shift in their health. They start using our ASEA redox technology, and we increase that signaling and communication, and it's literally like activating the body's natural ability to heal. It's like flicking a switch. It can be absolutely remarkable. And so what are experts saying about this? Well, Anne-Louise Gittleman, often called the first lady of nutrition. She's written 30-plus best-selling books on nutrition. She says, ASEA, in my humble estimation, is the greatest advance in lifestyle medicine which harnesses the power of your own body to keep it well. Dr. Gary Samuelson, atomic medical physicist, just the last sentence here. This technology has the potential to spearhead the greatest advances in health we have ever seen. And you know what? Hundreds of medical professionals agree. Thousands, tens of thousands of lives have been changed. And ASEA truly is one of the most significant health and anti-aging breakthroughs of our lifetime. Now, it's not just health. Athletes are also seeing tremendous improvements with endurance, strength, recovery, running further, faster, longer, harder. We did a little study with mice. We put mice on a treadmill. In 7 days, the mice ran 29% further to exhaustion. Now, mice don't run 29% further for nothing. Something significant is happening at the metabolic level. In fact, what we discovered is when you drink ASEA, it shifts your metabolism into that of a world-class athlete. It moves it away from burning the inefficient sugars and starts burning those more efficient fats for fuel. Very, very exciting discovery. And there are many athletes now that are achieving the athletic advantage, from gold medal swimmers, Olympic swimmers, to world record holding strongmen, to Ironmen and cyclists, all the way up to our masters athletes who are really should be past their sell-by date. But here they start refueling their cells with these molecules, and as a result, their cells start to work like they did when they were younger. And so when you do that, not only can you perform like you did when you were younger, but you can also start to look like you did when you were younger, which brings us to Renew 28, cellular healing from the outside in. Now, we talked about these molecules decreasing with age, and with that comes a decrease in our cellular efficiency. And so when skin cells, when you've got a plentiful supply of these molecules, your skin cells can renew themselves every 28 days. Well, as we've less of these molecules, that renewal process gets slow, it gets sluggish. It can take up to 90 days for that renewal process of skin cells. Now, what do you think looks better? Young 28-day vibrant skin cells, or that slow, sluggish 90-day-old skin cells? Well, of course, the younger, more vibrant turnover. So could we actually start to reverse this process, and by using this technology topically, could we start to bring our skin cell renewal back to where it was when we were younger? Well, we went to one of the another independent study with Stevens and Associates based in Dallas, and we find a 16% improvement with skin cell renewal in only 4 weeks. Now, this is very, very significant because there are so many anti-aging cosmetic products out in the marketplace. And the truth is, if we think of aging a little bit like a crumbling wall, most of these cosmetic products, all they're doing is putting a coat of paint over the crumbling wall. They're just giving a lick of paint. It looks better, but you're not really getting to the root cause of aging, which is the crumbling wall. What we're doing here is getting to the very root cause of the problem, which is the crumbling wall. It's the skin cell renewal. And we are improving that skin cell renewal by 16%. Now, this is, in my opinion, this is going beyond anti-aging. We're actually turning back the clock. It's really age reversal, helping your skin cells renew like they did when they were younger. It's not just about slowing down that process for the future. We're taking you back to where you were in a moment of time. And this is very, very exciting. And it shows you the power of our technology. And this can show then a 23% improvement in smoothness, wrinkles, elasticity, and a huge increase in skin blood flow, 50% increase in only 4 days. Now, this may be why we see tremendous improvements when people apply Renew 28 to areas that are aching, sore joints, sore muscles. In fact, we recommend 3 applications in 5 minutes. And the results, again, are absolutely astonishing for joint discomfort and muscle discomfort. Now, here's what it looks like. Everybody loves the before and after photographs. A tightening of skin, an increase in elasticity, a reduction in wrinkles, age spots, and other signs of aging disappearing or diminishing, and even redness and irritation. You know, just that very last set of pictures, every single teenage kid and young adult deserves to know that this non-toxic, safe technology exists, something that's actually good for them, good for their skin, and yet can have a dramatic impact on the appearance of redness and irritation. Very, very important. And it's not just for the face and neck, it's the arms. Even the stomach. We saw tremendous improvement with stretch marks on the stomach, and cellulite as well, 16% improvement in cellulite. I think it's safe to say there has never been a topical gel like Renew 28. It's an absolutely astonishing and extremely versatile product that we have brought to market. Now, because it's so powerful, the next step was to build a redox skincare system. My wife was using Renew 28 for several years, and it was always that question, well, what other products should I use? What about a cleanser? What about a moisturizer? And we have built a wonderful, very, very clean set of products around this. No parabens, no sulfates, safe for all skin types, and clinically tested. Very simple: cleanse, repair, replenish. And we could get into a whole presentation on this system, but I do want to draw your attention to our third redox product, which is our intensive redox serum, super concentrated serum for those trouble areas. And sometimes people see results immediately with that serum. 100% of people in our clinical trial saw improvements in fine lines. So think about this: very safe product, none of the nasty stuff in it, getting to the absolute core of aging on your skin, and yet 100% of people are seeing improvements with this technology. That is a very, very powerful offering in skincare. Healthy skin is beautiful skin, and with Renew Advanced, you can get your best skin back. So again, we're the only company in the world that has this technology where you can refuel and replenish your cells with these redox signaling molecules and improve the cellular renewal process. You feel better with ASEA, you look better with Renew 28, and again, harness the power of redox signaling. Now, that is the end of our breakthrough portion, our product portion of this presentation. Now, if you're like me, and I will tell you that 70% of people are, 70% of people they have too much month at the end of the money. 70% of households are financially stressed. They're looking for ways to generate additional income. And I was certainly in that category 8 years ago. I was financially embarrassed, and I was looking for ways to generate additional income. So when this breakthrough crossed my path, and I realized that we had no competition, no copycat, that here we were with this profound breakthrough and nobody else in the world had it, that I was going to get to tell a story that had never been told before in the world of health, wellness, and anti-aging and athletics, and ultimately down the road skincare. That was an opportunity that I could not pass up, because I understood the basic entrepreneurial concept that breakthroughs create opportunity, and the bigger the breakthrough and the more unique the breakthrough, the greater that opportunity was. And so, you know, we live in the land of opportunity here in the States, and there's lots of opportunity. There's hundreds of companies that you can represent. But I would ask you, where do you want to be? Do you want to be at the end of the last wave? Nothing wrong with these products, some good products in there. But that's a story that's been beaten to death over the last 30 years. Do you want to be telling the same old same old story, or do you want to tell the story that's not been told? Do you want this solo voice that's rising above the crowded choir, this whole new category of science that's got independent third-party backing, life-changing benefits, heavily patented, so there is no competition, no copycats, and a tremendous, tremendous financial opportunity? That's where I decided to plant my flag. Now, I want to tell you just a little bit about the genesis of ASEA, how it all got started. It's a very interesting part of our story. It gives you a glimpse into who ASEA is, and it started with our founders buying this technology from a struggling biotech company. It was an incomplete technology when they bought it, but they saw that there was tremendous potential. Now, their goal was to bring it up to its full potential and sell it to a pharmaceutical company for a very large sum of money. In the meantime, they started a handful of people, about 40 people, drinking the molecules. These 40 people shared it with others, and we went up to about 135 people using the product. Again, many getting tremendous results with the technology. At the same time, the pharmaceutical company flies in and they put a multi-million-dollar bid on the table with one condition. It was either the multi-million-dollar paycheck or this very small handful of people can continue to drink the molecules. Now, I would say most people, and you got to put this in perspective, we're talking 2008. It was the worst recession since the Great Depression. We're talking about a technology that the world's never seen before, made from pretty strange ingredients, salt and water, and to make it even funnier, from Salt Lake City. It would be a pretty sure bet to take the multi-million-dollar payout and run. After all, that's why they started the whole process. But in the meantime, they saw lives change. And I think it's really important you understand who you are partnering with here when you decide to join ASEA. You're partnering with a company that deeply appreciates people and was willing to put people ahead of pure economics and ego. And that has filtered through into a deep appreciation now for the hundreds, thousands of associates in this company. And so our success so far, we've been profitable since the first year in business. We own our own manufacturing facility. We've 12 distribution centers around the world. We ship to almost 30 countries. We've achieved $500 million in sales, and we have year-on-year growth. Every year has been better than the previous year. And most important of all, we have changed tens of thousands of lives. How did we do that? We chose the oldest, most efficient form of advertising known to man, word-of-mouth marketing, person-to-person, relationship marketing, just like the 40 people growing to 135 people. And so, look, there's a couple of principles of network marketing to understand. It's very, very simple. It starts with this. We're always recommending things, whether it's movies, books, cars, holiday destinations, hair salons, or restaurants. We're in the business of recommending things that we like. That's what we do, but we rarely get paid for it. Most traditional companies pay that money not to you and me. Instead, they pay it to the marketing, advertising, and distribution companies. What network marketing does is said, hey, hold on a second. Let's pay this to our satisfied consumers who are telling other people about the product. Why not give them the thank you check for recommending this product, for connecting the customer directly to the network marketing company, in this case, ASEA. And so it's a very simple, it's a very fair, it's a very ethical way to reward the right people for actually bringing the customers to the network marketing company. Now, that's the main concept behind network marketing. There's one other concept, and that is you can do this all by yourself, or you can build a team. You can build a team of people to help you. And again, this is a very, very common concept in the network market, in a business world. It's why a sales manager builds a sales team. You get not only to be an associate with this company, but you really get to build your own sales team. And every single person in that team can build their own team. And because those teams can be as big as you like, your earning potential becomes as big as you like. Where the bigger your income, the bigger your team, the bigger your income potential. The incredible power of leverage. So the benefits of this kind of business, you can be your own boss. That was very important to me. I considered myself psychologically unemployable. I get to work from home. That's great as well. Anytime I get to sit in traffic, I feel very sorry for people that have to commute every single day back and forth. You've got tremendous flexibility and time freedom. You can weave this business into the busiest of schedules, unlimited training and support, excellent tax advantages, and of course, tremendous income potential. You also get to be part of a huge industry that's paying out $200 million a day. You see, because there are no billboards, because there's no Super Bowl advertising on TV, this is an industry that's going on very, very quietly behind the scenes. It's just person talking to person, sister talking to brother, aunt talking to uncle, neighbor talking to neighbor. But just because it's quiet behind the scenes doesn't mean it is not a massive industry. It is, and it's growing. Now, we don't have time to get into our entire compensation plan. We've got videos on this that really you can watch and fully understand. We've got trainings that dig into a lot more details in every single aspect. I think what's important to know is there's something for everybody, whether it's just the part-timer wanting to earn a little bit of income all the way up to the big time, the big thinker. Let me give you an example. Here's an earnings report from 2015. You can see that our different ranks, what they can earn in this business. You see some very significant monthly incomes. But again, it can be just paying for your product. How cool would it be with some referrals to simply get your product paid for? Maybe it's a car payment. Maybe it's a mortgage. Maybe it's education fees. Maybe it's replacing a professional income, even a doctor, surgeon income. Or maybe you are a big dreamer, a big thinker, somebody who wants to have it all and be part of that exclusive $1 million earners club. But again, we've paid out already $200 million plus to thousands of associates in commission in helping bring this technology to the marketplace. It's also important to know that we're talking residual income. Very, very powerful concept where you can do the work once but get paid over and over and over again. And most people never get to experience this kind of income because they don't have the talent to write a best-selling book. They write it once, but it sells over and over and over again, or they don't have the money to invest in investments. To make $5,000 a month and passive residual income, you need $1.2 million going to work for you at 5% interest. And so because most people don't have the talent or the extra money to create residual income, they're left with, hey, I show up and I get paid. And if I don't show up, I don't get paid. Well, that unfortunately does not lead you towards freedom. With ASEA, we've got a consumable product that gets great results, so people come back for more. And because it's heavily patented, there's no competition. There's no copycats. It's like having the only gas station in your hometown. People come back to you and buy more. And so very, very powerful concept here, and ASEA certainly can deliver a very powerful residual income. So a quick summary slide. We've got a $1 billion technology on our hands that impacts three massive industries: the health and wellness industry, the athletics and sports industry, and of course the anti-aging skincare industry. Nobody else in the world has it. Nobody. And almost nobody knows about it. If you line up 100 people in your neighborhood, at the shopping mall, whatever it is, you might find 1 out of 100 have heard of ASEA or Renew or redox signaling or redox signaling molecules. This is totally an untapped market. And because of that, we've got just tremendous timing that's lying ahead of us. We're in this beautiful sweet spot of post-risk but pre-momentum. And here's what I mean by that. The experiment days are over. When I joined in 2009, it was kind of an experiment. Is this going to work? Is it going to fly? Is the compensation plan going to pay? Is the shipping model going to work as we expand international? Is the product going to get the kind of results that we think it is? Is the science going to come back, backing up the kind of testimonials that we're seeing? Guys, you know, in some ways, any business that starts, there's an element of risk. And that's why most companies don't get past the 2-year mark, and most companies past that don't get past the 5-year mark. We're post-risk. This is not an experiment. This is proven. This is not about figuring out to try and see if it'll work. We know this works. but we also know that our best days are still ahead of us. We still have not fully got into our stride, despite being one of the top 100 global direct sales companies in the world. So we are still pre-momentum. And this is really the sweet spot in that post-risk pre-momentum to be joining a company. So if you're ready to join us in ASEA, let me just quickly cover how you get started with us. It's very, very simple. You enroll as an associate. It's only $40 to become an associate. That gets your own website. It gets your own back office that tracks your business as it grows. You can do a one-time enrollment order, and we've got some beautiful promotion packs that are running that offer discounted packs. You absolutely want to find out about those from the person that invited you to this. There's sometimes free products. Some of them waive the $40 enrollment. Some of them offer discounts on the product, but some wonderful promo packs. And then sign up for AutoShip. Start this business like you intend to win, okay? Sign up for AutoShip. There's benefits to that. You immediately lock in reward points, even on your enrollment order, which ultimately build into cashing it in for free products. So don't, get those reward points on your enrollment order as well. You also get discounted shipping. And of course, you've 30 days to cancel that AutoShip, okay? So start to win by getting these points, by getting better shipping, and you've got 30 days still to think about it. So with that, guys, we come to what is really my favorite part of this presentation, and that is where we get to interview, we get to hear from one of the superstars in the ASEA business, somebody that's just had a tremendous impact on the ASEA business. And it really is a great pleasure and a privilege to bring onto this call tonight Trish Schwenkler. Trish, are you with us before I just quickly introduce you?
Yeah, I'm here, Alan.
I can hear you loud and clear, Trish. Yeah, loud and clear. Trish is just a very, very special person here in ASEA. And Trish is going to tell you a little bit about her own story. But, Trish is a presidential diamond in ASEA. Trish is part of our $1 Million Earners Club several times over. Trish is a member of the Advisory Council in ASEA. She is also our #1 income earner in ASEA. She also represents, she's achieved the award, the I Am ASEA Award, which is given to those who really reflect the ethos and integrity of this company. But as a #1 income earner, it truly is an honor to be able to introduce Trish to this call. And Trish, I would just first of all congratulate you on all of your tremendous success here. But I'd also like to personally thank you for just your incredible leadership from the early days to where we are today in really helping so many people achieve success. Because I've just read out your statistics of your success, but behind that are the success of so many people that you've helped in this business. So Trish, just a real pleasure and a privilege to have you here tonight sharing a little bit about your story. So I'll pass it over to you.
Thank you very much, Alan. Pleasure to be with everyone tonight. Thank you for that great introduction, Alan. I'm going to go ahead and start my screen sharing here. I think it's what I wanted to do with everyone tonight is just share a little bit that hopefully will help you maybe even understand ASEA a little bit more. So I want to also give kudos to my husband, Bob. We work ASEA together, and we're very grateful to be Presidential Diamonds with ASEA. We live in Boise, Idaho, and this is a picture of me when I was about 10 or 11 years old. And when I was a little girl, I had a dream. I wanted to grow up, and I wanted to be like my aunt, who was a missionary in Brazil, and I wanted to make a difference for people all over the world like she was doing. But I grew up. I met a handsome guy named Bob Schwenkler. We got married in 1980. This is a picture of us in 1993. My husband has an engineering degree from Johns Hopkins University. He developed and patented equipment for the semiconductor industry. I have a PhD, which stands for a public high school diploma. And I was fortunate that he had a good job. We lived in a nice home, and I was able to stay home and take care of our 3 children. And even though being a wife and a mother, of course, is very important, I still had a dream in my heart that someday I would be able to make a difference in the lives of many people. And in 1993, I was introduced to network marketing. And at that time, I had several people in my family who were experiencing chronic health conditions that the pharmaceutical sector had no answers for. And so I truly understood Mahatma Gandhi's famous quote, that your health is your true wealth. And I started to understand also the global censorship of health information and the fact that the multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical companies have a stranglehold on governments around the world, and they lobby and influence governments to make laws that are favorable to them, but not favorable to any type of natural health cure that might be out there. And so when I found network marketing, what I started to understand is this was just about telling the truth about health products that can help people, and that sometimes we can be an amazing blessing, an amazing light in people's lives, simply, like Alan said, sharing on a one-to-one basis about unique products that aren't found on store shelves, that aren't advertised in magazines or on TV, that truly, truly can make an incredible difference in people's lives. And I knew when I found network marketing in 1993 that this was the answer to the yearning and the searching that I had had all my life to really make my life count for something and to really do something that made a positive difference in the lives of other people. Well, another coincidence occurred in our life, and a few months later, my husband was downsized. And when you have 3 children and your husband has a good job, you don't think a lot about money. But when suddenly your husband doesn't have a job and you have a mortgage to pay and you have children who need violin lessons and soccer shoes, money becomes the only thing that you can think about. At that time, I went to a presentation similar to what Alan gave tonight. I learned that a network marketing business allows you to experience all of the benefits of being an entrepreneur without taking on the risks of a traditional business. And I also saw presentations similar to what Alan talked about the benefits of residual income, that you could build a team of people to help you spread the word about natural health products, and that you could begin to earn a small commission on everyone in your team by creating residual income. And when I saw this chart for the first time, I thought about the family that I grew up in. I'm standing in the back with glasses. My parents are, you can see them sitting there both with glasses on. My parents have 8 children. In this picture, there are 7 of us. And my dad worked very hard at the telephone company from 9 to 5 every day. And when he came home from work, my mother went to work, and she worked as a waitress because she had a PhD like me, a public high school diploma, and she would waitress from early evening until 2 or 3 in the morning. And so I took care of my brothers and sisters. I cooked the dinner. I ironed my dad's shirts. I cleaned the house. I did the laundry. That's where I learned to be, in charge of a lot of things at a very young age. But even though my parents worked very hard, they felt like they didn't make enough money to support 8 children. So my father, in his spare time, bought and sold used boats. My mother, in her spare time, she bought and sold used clothing. And if my parents had an argument, it was always because there wasn't enough money. And if they took a day off, or if they went on vacation, the income stopped because everything depended on them. And if you think back in your life, you may have had a similar experience, or you may know people like this. And so even though I love my parents, when I saw the concept of residual income and the concept of building a team, I said, you know what? I don't want my life to be like my parents. And if I can make a living while making a difference with network marketing, simply telling the truth to people about wonderful health products that can change their life, this is what I want to do with my life. And so I spent first 15 years with my first company, starting in 1993. My first year, I didn't earn a lot of income. But my parents were entrepreneurs, and I understood that most small businesses don't cash flow their first year. And I also understood that it takes 4 years to get a college degree. So to earn a residual income, of course, it was going to take not only time, but also effort. So I kept very focused. After my second full year in network marketing, I replaced my husband's full-time income from his previous job. He never had to get a job in corporate America again. We were able to work from home and raise our 3 children together. After 4 years in our first company, we became Diamond, which was a 6-figure income. After 7 years, we became one of the top 10 global earners in that company. But best of all, every dollar that we earned represented people's lives who were being changed physically with our product, financially with our opportunity, as well as giving meaning and fulfillment to people's lives. All based on Zig Ziglar's famous quote that you can get everything you want in life if you just help other people get what they want. Well, my first company, I learned that not only do you need a good product, you also need a good corporate team that makes good decisions. And after 15 years, we made the difficult decision to leave that company because of the corporate management. And we spent 1.5 years, what I call wandering in the desert. And what we were doing is we were looking for a new company, a new network marketing company. I have no skills except network marketing. At that point, my husband had not had a job for 15 years. And there are thousands of network marketing companies worldwide. So how do you choose the right company? Well, I looked at many companies. I actually joined several of them. I was searching and really praying for a home. And in December of what was the date, Alan? You'll know. 7.5 years ago, I discovered ASEA, the cellular health company. And I was thinking as Alan was giving his presentation, in December of 2009, I actually watched a Discover ASEA presentation on the internet given by Alan Noble. Alan and I connected. I ended up joining ASEA. I'm very grateful that Alan is my sponsor in ASEA. Very privileged to have worked with him for the past 7.5 years very closely. Appreciate his leadership immensely and his wisdom. I was exposed and I learned about the same redox signaling technology that you heard about tonight. A true category creator, a sustainable difference, no competition, something no one else in the world has, and an incredible advantage because of the meaningful results that tens of thousands of people are experiencing around the world with redox signaling technology. I heard the story of how the ASEA founders turned down the offer from a pharmaceutical company to bring redox signaling technology to the world. My heart resonated with the ASEA mission to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. And I started hearing incredible testimonies, incredible personal experiences, including what Alan didn't share tonight about how redox molecules actually transformed and even saved his own father's life, and which is really what brought Alan to ASEA. And especially if you're new to ASEA and you're viewing this presentation for the first time, it's one thing to get all this information, but it's a completely different thing to hear how lives are being changed. So please ask the person who invited you to this presentation tonight how you can access testimonials, how you can hear from real people who have had absolutely almost at times miraculous results with ASEA, and ordinary people like you and me who maybe we didn't have a big health challenge, but we're functioning at a much higher level with more stamina, more energy, better recovery, looking and feeling younger because of redox signaling technology. So that's your homework. Be sure that you find a way to access some of these incredible, miraculous testimonies that tens of thousands of people are experiencing all around the world. I also fell in love with the ASEA financial opportunity, as Alan discussed tonight. My dad always used to say that you can never be too skinny and you can never be too rich. And I never met anybody who was opposed to adding to their bank account creating a better life for themselves and for their children, and having the ability to make the world a better place by giving generously to charities or whatever they choose to do with their income. So I'm grateful and happy that my husband and I have been with ASEA for the past 7.5 years, since December of 2009. Our years with ASEA have been the happiest, the healthiest, the most fulfilling, and the most prosperous years of our life. And the reason that I'm sharing this with you is I believe that that your years with ASEA, whether you're just joining, whether you're wherever you are in your ASEA journey, can also be the happiest, the healthiest, the most fulfilling, and the most prosperous years of your life. Everyone has a dream of some sort. With ASEA, my childhood dream has come true. What started as a very small acorn many years ago, really I was a shy young girl. I didn't consider myself a person with or great skills, but what I did is I combined my passion for natural health, my desire to change people's lives, with a strong work ethic. And because of that, this small acorn truly has turned into a giant oak tree, where I really have had the ability to change people's lives around the globe because of this incredible structure of network marketing, where it's not just about you, it's about you telling people who tell people who tell people. And over time, you'll be amazed where this journey takes you. I didn't know anyone outside of the United States when I started network marketing, and now I have friends in many countries, over 20 countries where I work and where I communicate with people on a daily basis, people who are now experiencing the benefits and the miracles of redox molecules, as well as of the ASEA opportunity, which for many people is the biggest blessing, especially in some of the poorer countries, but as well as the developed countries. So like Alan said, ASEA has paid millions in commissions to associates around the globe. Some people like me have a very humble background. Some of our associates are doctors, they're surgeons, they're own accounting firms. But the beauty of network marketing and the beauty of ASEA is it doesn't matter what your background is. The sky is the limit. You can build a business as big or as small as you choose to, whether you have a high school diploma or whether you have a real PhD. So in closing, ASEA truly is changing the world one cell at a time. Please, please, please discover the miraculous ASEA yourself by experiencing the products, by listening to, going to some of the websites that you can access and some of the different conference calls that we have, where you can hear real human beings talking about how ASEA truly has transformed their life. And then I would just encourage you to make a decision to change your own life. Maybe the prayer of your heart is better health for yourself, or maybe for someone that you know, or maybe for someone that you love and care about. Maybe the prayer of your heart is for some additional income that would help to bless the lives of your family. Maybe the prayer of your heart is to live a more fulfilling life. Bobby Martin is one of our associates in Albuquerque. Bobby's very successful. Actually sold a business for millions of dollars years ago, has no need for income, but he wants his life to count for something. He wants to live a more fulfilling life. And rather than spending day after day on the golf course, he has chosen to change lives with ASEA. So whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that your heart desires, you can make your dreams come true with ASEA. So thank you very much, Alan, for inviting me on tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this webinar. And with that, I will stop my screen share and I will say goodbye. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Alan.
Hey, thank you so much, Trish. Absolutely fantastic, fantastic information. Thank you for sharing just your inspiring story here tonight. And again, thank you for your tremendous leadership, and congratulations on your success. Hey guys, you just got a lot of information tonight. What I would suggest, exactly what Trish said, get back to the person that invited you here tonight, get any remaining questions answered, and if your decision is to join us on this incredible ASEA adventure, then I want to be the first to welcome you on board. So thank you everybody for your time and attention, and have a fantastic evening. Good night.